You see their comments, by the way, on John Tavares yesterday. I'll read them verbatim. This is from Sheldon Keefe. Not feeling great. He wanted to skate to see exactly where he's at and got through it. And he's a little better than he thought he was. And they already ruled him out yesterday, citing an abundance of caution. But Rosie, you watched the game on Saturday. We all did. He got rocked fucking twice in that game.
Yeah, like to the head and like big time hits too. It makes me think, my best guess is that he's not feeling his best. He's gone through the concussion protocol. He's done his baseline test on the computer and shit like that, and he's passed it, and he's fine. But they're like, "How you feeling?" And he's like, "I just don't feel myself." And they're like, "Then we're not even coming close to playing you with you. We're not going to announce you have a concussion. We're not going to announce any of that stuff. But if you're not feeling yourself, hey, we only got this one game here up until Saturday. Let's take that off. Make sure you're feeling good for Saturday. I bet you he'll be back, but I think it's a cautionary thing that has nothing to do with the flu." It's my best guess.
If that's the case, why is he even out there is my question. What's the point? What is the point of practicing yesterday if you're not playing today?
Yeah, just see how you feel, I guess. See if it flares up. I mean, with again, I'm just assuming that there's a possibility of them having concussion issues, which usually just stay right off. But if he just had a concussion and failed his test or whatever, then that is what it is. They'd announce it, he'd be out. But I imagine he passed everything. He could go if it was a playoff game, but he's like, I just want to see. I don't feel myself. And they're like, okay, well, then that's all we need to hear. You're not playing. Go out there and see if anything happens when you get your heart rate up there and see. And then at least you're staying on the ice. You're not skipping days, whatever. I could see that being, but it's definitely odd and it's definitely different, isn't it?
It's head scratching for me. Like, I mean, there's no rush. I understand you're playing New Jersey, but as you mentioned earlier, they're sitting comfortable in the standings. Like, if you lose home ice, so what? Like, I rather the long-term well-being of guys like O'Reilly than John Tavares than to have them skate already, count them out for a game just to see how they are. Like, give the guy a couple of days off. They don't play until Saturday against the Edmonton Oilers, and who knows? Like, I'm no concussion expert, but those things can linger and they can form later on. I mean, he got rocked twice on Saturday, as mentioned. Who's to say that he couldn't wake up today or tomorrow and say, I'm feeling something, right?
Well, he was in the gray jersey and he wasn't in. So, I mean, just keep him off the ice entirely. Yeah, that could have made sense too, but he definitely wasn't playing. They definitely gave him the day off and took the week to recover. Why he went out just to skate around, maybe he wanted to. I mean, maybe he just goes, I want to see how I feel. Maybe I go get a sweat on and I'm like, hey, fuck, I was a little under weather. I feel like $1 million. I don't know. It is a little different though. And maybe he did just have a touch of the flu. Maybe that's true. Maybe he got rocked.
That's bullshit.
I mean, I've seen guys get fucking rocked and you think they're going to be stretchered off and they pop up and finish the shift. And I've seen guys just do a little bump against their own teammate and they're out for a fucking 2 months with a conky because everyone's brain is different. So maybe it's completely irrelevant to those hits. I don't know, but it seems a little fishy.
No, I don't want to say this is classic Leafs because every team does this. And the most notorious team for me was the Montreal Canadiens with Carey Price. You never had any fucking clue what was going on. They're like, yeah, he's okay. And then he misses like 8 months. So I take everything teams say with a grain of salt. And quite frankly, every time Sheldon Keefe talks about injuries, he just seems like he's lying or stretching the truth a bit. And I feel bad for the guy because they put him in an uncomfortable spot to address the media and try to talk about injuries when they don't want to talk about injuries. But nonetheless, we hope JT is good to go even as soon as early, I would say, on Saturday against Edmonton. But I would not rush this thing. There's a lot of racetrack remaining in this season. And there's really no emphasis on these games anyways. They're just trial runs for game one against Tampa Bay Lightning anyways.